Hi guys, my name is Paul Brunn. Welcome to the Bavarian Corner, and I hope you enjoyed the last couple videos on the M2. Yes, this is the last video of the M2, and hope you enjoy it. I'm going to be talking about the car a little bit on my way back to BMW Laval, and there's going to be a little bit of a discussion on what options you can get for the 2019 year. So let me get you right into the video right now, and I'll check in with you a little later as we start talking about the car itself. Hi guys, it is now Monday, July 19th, and I am on my way back to BMW Laval to return the M2. My experience with M2 was amazing. It is an absolutely stunning vehicle. If there's anybody looking for a car that is fun to drive on the roads and you want to take it to the track, this is the car. In the realm of BMWs, it's lightweight. It is as close to the E46 M3 in terms of weight and power, and it has absolutely more power than that car. The technology in this car is absolutely amazing. The electronic stability control systems are non-intrusive. I barely felt any of it during the few sessions that I've had at Calabogie Park. The power to weight ratio is fabulous, well planted, and everything that's stock on this car is absolutely spot on. It brakes well, it accelerates well, the balance is amazing. The Michelin Sport Cup 2 tires that come with this car as stock, as OEM, are very grippy. I don't know what else I can say about this car. This is definitely going to be on my shopping list when I am ready to get into sports car again. I'm not going to go into the details on the specifications behind the M2. All of you can look them online, look up the details online, but I'll highlight a few points. The car does come with two transmission options. It's either a 6-speed manual gearbox or the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The car that I have below is a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The transmission, or the gear changes, are lightning quick. They're lightning quick. I don't think you can't be faster than the best manual transmission driver on the planet. There's absolutely no way you can be faster than that. So this is a great car to have on the track because you don't have to worry about taking your hands off the wheel. You change gears through the levers that are behind the steering wheel. And that's all you have to worry about, is focusing on the road and changing your gears and using your right foot going between the gas and brake. That's it. And for track situations, that's a lot to control. Adding a manual transmission when you're a new driver is difficult, because you also have to focus with the manual on your shift points and listening to your car, understanding when to shift, and the technique practice to fine-tune that skill, and it's not easy. It took me a long time to understand the dynamics behind using a manual transmission in my previous M3. And it takes a lot of practice to smooth it out and also be smooth on the track as well. But not all manual cars are equal. The Mustang that I had a few days ago was a great car. It was race prepped, but I found that the manual shifter in the rental was very sticky, very notchy, and I think that may be a factor that there's a lot of people that are using that car. Not everyone is the same in terms of driving those cars equally. There are some that are probably rough with the transmission, others are better, but when you have many different drivers using the same car in a manual, then the clutch will wear out and the shifter will wear out as well, and it may not be a great experience. So it's definitely something to consider when you're buying a car. Think about the transmission. I know it's a very important decision for a lot of people, and some will not want to move away from a manual because they love the raw feel of having to row your own gears, and I completely understand that. Don't get me wrong, I love a manual, and I love to drive a manual, and the E36 BMW that I'm restoring has a 5-speed manual, and that will make me a very happy camper if I can keep that car for a long time, because that will be my outlet to shifting and using my left foot in a car. But for the track, and to keep up with the very fast cars that are on the track, the dual clutch transmission with the sports paddles is the way to go. You can't go wrong, and I encourage anyone to get a DCT with the M2. But that's just my opinion. I know you may think otherwise, but that is the way I would go with this car if I were to buy it from the dealership. There are, I think, 4 colors that are available: white, blue, and white, blue, dark silver, like a mineral gray, and black. I have the black car, as you probably noticed. It has a black interior, and I think all cars have a black interior. There's no option for any other color. Preferably, if I were to get this car, I would spec it out with a white exterior, and maybe, if I can in the future, I will opt for like a tan or a dark brown, saddle brown interior. I love the black, but I really like a non-black vehicle in terms of non-black outside and non-black inside. But that's just my personal preference. That's why I am restoring my car, my E36, to keep the tan interior that came with the car, even though it's so much easier to find black interior elements on the used market. So I know there was one question from Facebook about the type of tire that was available on this car. Or sorry, not the tire, but the rim. It is a black rim, and I will be adding the style somewhere around my head. Hey guys, I just want to talk about the 2019 model year and what you can get on the M2 for this year. So let's just sort of dive right into the car and into the website themselves, and no doubt you can probably figure out what you can get, but right now for the 2019 year you can see that what's available is what is called the M2 competition. So if we do a quick glance, the biggest jump, or the biggest differences, are the output. You can see that there's 405 horsepower that's available, and 306 foot-pounds of torque. Oh yeah. Cat vlog. This is my cat. He's a big guy. Anyway, let's get back right into it. And you can get to you can get 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. So yeah, and top speed of 280 kilometers an hour. And there is one big difference here. Let me just get to building this car. Let's check this out. BMW M. Where they changed oh, there you go. Build and price. So if we go down to the M2, as you can see, you can get them in both flavors, 6-speed and M double clutch transmission. Keep in mind, the 2018 M2 Coupe, if you can find them, has less horsepower and less torque right here. But these are the gains that you get on the BMW M2 competition. So if we go and select the M2, you will see that there's one new color right here, Sunset Orange Metallic. So you can get Alpine White, Hockenheim Silver Metallic, Sunset Orange Metallic. You can get the Long Beach Blue Metallic and Black Sapphire Metallic. And if you look closely, these are your rims, and I think you got a couple options. You got 3 options here, and I'll just go through each one here. You get the light alloy wheels, which are black. You can get the standard alloy wheels, which are not black. And then you got your double spoke black rims. And interior, pretty much you can get orange stitching or blue stitching in the car, but it's still black and with a few little accent colors in here, which is kind of cool. And what else? Options. You got your mirrors. You can get a glass sunroof. Everything else, you can get a smoker's package, a rear storage compartment package. Everything else is pretty much standard on the car, as you can see. Speed limit info. This may be handy to prevent speeding tickets. Got your Apple CarPlay. You can get a different Harman Kardon or a different sound system. A Wi-Fi hotspot, which I assume is part of the Apple CarPlay. And then you got your M double clutch versus 6-speed manual. So yeah, and as you can see, tops out at around $80,000. So there you go. Now, I'm going to return you to the video. I'm about halfway through my drive to Montreal, and I noticed something interesting. The specification on the M2 says it's 365 horsepower. This is for the 2018. 365 horsepower and 343 foot-pounds of torque at around 1500 RPMs. So I'm not sure why they specify that RPM band or anything, but it feels a lot more when I'm driving, and so I put it in the sports display, and there's probably ideal conditions where you peak out at 365 horsepower, but I achieved almost 383 foot-pounds of torque when I'm in fourth gear, hovering at around 4,000 RPM, and I sort of slow down to about 100 kilometers an hour and accelerate quickly up to 150. So I know that's not how you measure torque, but it gives you another interesting aspect as to what this car is like. So I'm just going to slow down a little bit to 100, and then I'll do it again for you when with you seeing the dials. So here you see the dials. I'm on a straight stretch of road. Trust me on that. So yeah, it approaches 380 foot-pounds of torque between the 3 to 5,000 RPM band. So it's really, really fun to actually see the potential power when you're on the highway. Passing power, incredible. Yeah, I can't complain. And yeah, I can't complain about this at all. It's an incredible car. For a car that specs out at 365 horsepower and 343 foot-pounds of torque at 1500 RPM to achieve almost 380 foot-pounds when you're at 100 kilometers an hour is pretty impressive. Is pretty darn impressive when you're in the upper torque band. So I think they're really underestimating the power of this vehicle, and also there's a lot of untapped potential in this M2 as well. Now I'm just going to enjoy the cruise going up to Montreal. I'll catch you guys at the dealership. I'm back, and it's time to return the car. Let's take one more walk around tour of this fabulous M2. This was just simply a great experience walking around this car. Or, sorry, not walking, driving this car. Well, time to turn on the keys. Hopefully you enjoyed a look at this M2 for the past 5-6 days. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But otherwise, subscribe to the Bavarian Corner. Enjoy the videos that are coming up on the channel with the restoration series and more BMW Club videos that are shared with the BMW Club channel. So until next time, take care. See you guys.